G'day Frontline men, Shayne here. Just want to let you know about a new initiative that we've got coming up at the moment in this COVID season. What we're going to call it is Man Space Invaders. And you may say, Shayne, what is a man space? Well, essentially a man space is what we're in tonight. Well, it could either be a shed, it could be your home office, it could be your garden, it could be your lounge room, or it could be even the doghouse. The man space is a place where you go to find your relaxation. When we find your man space, what we want to find out is three things. Number one, a tool. A tool is something that we're productive with, something that we use to help us with our jobs and what we love to do. Number two, it may be a toy. A toy is something that we have fun with, that we relax with, that we love to play around with. Or come with me. Three, it could be a trinket. So it's a special place with a special case with all the items that you love to keep out of the harm's way, out of people's sights. It's got great stories behind the things that you have in those special cases. But whatever it is, we want to come to your place and find out those things, so watch this space. Men, here we are on our location of our first man for our man space adventure. I wonder where we could be today.
Well, I don't know, but we're going to go investigate and look a bit closer, shall we?
Well, my name's Shayne and this is...
I'm Jordan.
And we're going to see who our first victim is today. Why don't you follow us?
Let's go have a look. Sneak in through here.
I know it's not this dude down here, so let's write him out of the equation. Jordan, what have we got here?
I don't know, we're going to go open and have a look, see what's going on.
Okay, let's see who it's going to be today. Let me go and find.
Shayne.
It's Pastor
mate.
Chris.
I'd shake your hand, mate, but
you know, foot tap, elbow.
Things are.
Guys at home, if you haven't realised, this is Pastor Chris, our senior pastor of New Hope Church. And so we couldn't think of a better place to start with the senior man. So thank you for having us in your space today.
It's great to have you here, mate.
So good.
You don't need to take your shoes off. It's not holy ground.
Well,
like that.
I thought of that. I thought of much. Do you want to show us around your little man space today and
sure,
talk
mate.
about some of the things that we have here today and show the guys at home? A man after my own heart, Holdens.
Yeah.
How many of these you had, these Tiranas in particular?
Tiranas, I've had 9 over the years. And I've got a GTR currently, and that's probably what we'd be looking at today, but you know, we'd have to travel to it, and with COVID, with all of that, so we're not going to look at it today.
And I see the Mustang sitting down here.
That was a really nice car, a 69 fastback, 351 4-speed that I painted for my brother.
I noticed the bonnet up here off one of the Tiranas.
Yeah.
What's the story behind that? Plum dinger, right?
That's off this fella here that I owned until about 5 years ago. And yeah, a girl came through a stop sign just up the road and I collected her, so I couldn't bear myself to throw the bonnet away.
First thing I noticed was you've clearly got a good workspace going on here. What is it that you tend to do here? Because there's a mix of...
Well, just everything, mate. I mean, at the moment I've got a bit of reloading gear out there.
So we're going to find out a little bit more about Chris today, and we're going to see what his toy, his trinket and his tool is. So Jordan, what have we got here today?
Well, look, I found on the floor here this lovely little chainsaw, so I thought I might ask about the tool we've got sitting here.
This tool? Yeah, this is definitely the one I wanted to show off. It's a little bit smaller, isn't it? Actually, this, funnily enough, this has been an awesome tool. I think I paid $69 for it. It was a Bunnings special, but I fixed it about 4 times over the years now, and the chain tension is just wrecked. You can't get parts. So that's for Shayne now, mate. You can you can take that to the dump with you as you go.
Merry
Exactly what I need.
So is this the replacement toy?
This is the replacement, and this is...
Can you even pick it up?
Man, I love this. This is definitely, I've always wanted a still chainsaw because I've had a still brush cutter for like 28 years.
Wow.
And all I've done is put an eBay carburetor on it, $20, and it still goes like a train. Anyhow, that's
your tool.
Let me unveil this thing here.
Rightio.
this is truly a great trinket, I would assume.
It's a little beauty, mate.
Yeah, this is the last of the big bangers.
Last of the big bangers, Brock's 85 Commodore.
So what's special about this to you?
Well, actually, the funny thing is, like you might have noticed, I'm more into Tiranas. I was never really into these things. But my first boys' life group, like young adult fellas that I took on, and when I handed the group on, they bought me this, and which, you know, they're a few $100, these things, and and I just was it really touched me. It was moving that these guys appreciated me discipling them, and they bought me that, and that takes pride of place. Doesn't live down here. I've rescued it out of a really nice china cabinet that Sue's got upstairs.
Love it, love it. What a great trinket, and what a great story behind it.
Yeah.
Well, today, obviously, the main thing that we want to talk about, I guess, is your toy.
Oh, yeah.
So, do we need to go and get that?
Yeah. I need to go get that for you. I wish I could show you the cars, but instead...
Here it is.
Yeah, here we are. Good to see you guys pulled up a couple of stumps.
Yes.
Yeah, pull up a few.
I wish we had a campfire.
Oh, we
Don't get me started.
We can start one.
Don't get me started on country music. Sue will be down here with the hose.
Well, it's not then. So you've got a toy.
I do. This would be my toy. I think that it's my go-to for downtime. Great to have an instrument. You know, I don't play very well, but I really enjoy it, and it's just great to, you know, you don't have to go anywhere, you don't have to pay anything, you just pick it up and go. And,
Exactly.
And the story behind this is the church actually gave me this guitar for my 50th birthday, which was a huge blessing because I had a really nice guitar for many years, and it got fairly flogged around campfires and prayer meetings and just playing it hard, and you know. And so this replaced it and is just a beautiful instrument. So my original lives at the church in my office. It's just my personal worship instrument, and this is what I've got at home and I play most of the time, which is a very nice Martin guitar.
Very nice. Are you going to play us a tune?
I can do that. His eyes are cold and restless, his wounds are almost healed. She get high to Texas just to change the way he feels. And so where I really end up is probably 80s rock. I love Hunters and Collectors, love Mark Seymour. So anyone out there is looking for some great stuff to listen to, get some acoustic stuff off Spotify of Mark Seymour, and he's just brilliant. And I thought of a song that you guys could probably sing along with.
All right,
Yeah, try it, lay it on us.
What do you think?
All right.
Okay, It's got a simple chorus, so I'll sing the verse for you.
I appreciate it.
And then you go for it. And I see you've got a strategic esky there, Shayne.
Yeah, this is the...
For those of you who don't know, Shayne is a musician. Well, he's a drummer. He's allowed to hang around with musicians.
We allow him.
The old drummer's joke.
Until I was told to take my drum and beat it.
Here we go. I spy a humble home to see the tea towels fly. In a blinding flash, I see the years going by. Memories twisted around somebody's finger behind me now. Oh, but I still remember. You guys, do you see what I see? 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 I see the safest place around where you play from the floor in that city down below. My hands are wrenching now, and I'm waving as I go.
Well, Chris, thanks for having us in your man space today. It's been really fun.
It feels a bit vulnerable, mate.
Well,
to bring people into your world.
I've never been serenaded before in a garage, so I felt really special.
Well, to tell you the truth, mate, if any of this makes the final cut, that's my first ever public concert.
A lot of people know you as the senior pastor, but maybe not everyone knows of your story on how you became a Christian. Can you share a little bit about that today?
Yeah. Well, I became a Christian at 21, and it's funny because when you do what I do, lots of people just assume you're always, in a Christian environment, And I wasn't a really great, you know,
Because your parents were Catholic, right?
Catholic people,
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
good people, but it just never gelled with me, that's
Yes.
all. So, but when I was 21, a friend of mine who'd gotten saved a little while before me, and his life had changed dramatically. And that was just a real witness to me, because I was really struggling in my life, even at
Wow.
21.
Wow.
I'd made a lot of bad decisions. That's who I was, that burnout here on a public road in Toowoomba, which will remain nameless. But that's who I was in 1986. And
in the car scene.
in the car scene,
Yeah.
that had been my whole life for 5 or 6 years. And then I met Jesus, and just everything changed. Went along to church. I actually went along to church to meet Jesus, because
Wow.
Christian friends had been speaking to me,
Yeah.
you know, just in social circles. And I was watching their lives, and I was comparing, I guess, the trajectory of their lives. They seemed to have vision and purpose and integrity.
Yeah. Yeah.
And my life, which just seemed to be living for the next thrill.
Yeah.
And I just was sick of it. And so I went to church to give my heart to Jesus, you know, because that's what they were all telling me I needed to do, even though I didn't know what that meant. But the moment I did it, I just felt an incredible weight go off, like probably guilt and shame that I didn't even know I carried.
Wow.
Was just lifted off me, and a sense of purpose, a sense of I just turned a page in my life and I could start again. That all just happened, and really that's been now a 35-year journey.
Brilliant. Well, thank you so much again for sharing your story. And for those at home, I hope that you got something out of being able to meet in this man's space today. I know we have.
Yeah.
We got serenaded for the first time in a shed before. So it's been a really, really great journey. Keep an eye on weeks to come, because we're going to go to other men's spaces and find out what they're into, what they love,